Hello, fellow Afghanistan fans. Okay, well, with that, I just excluded, like, the entire HOI4 community. But hello, welcome back to another episode of HOI4 Formables A to Z. Are you ready? Are you ready for today's episode? Where today we are going to be forming the Socialist Republics of Central Asia. Or at least I think it is. And yes, today, unfortunately, we are playing Afghanistan for like, what, the fifth time? I think it's the fourth time. And to stimulate my primate brain even just a bit, I decided to do a custom game rules, in which today we will have every country going through a communist civil war. Even the Soviet Union, because I don't want to give them an advantage of them not going through a civil war. So essentially, everyone will be going through a relevant communist branch. I think like some countries just don't have a communist path. If they don't, I just put them on the unpredictable path. And essentially, if they had multiple communist paths, I put them on the communist path that will allow them to create their own faction, or an anti-Soviet communism, if that makes sense. Because I really don't need to play a campaign where the entire world joins the Soviet faction and beats my ass. Oh, and for this video, I also used the expanded AI behaviors mod, link in the description. This gives a lot of countries way more options to do with their custom game rules and such. All right, let's go to Afghanistan again. I think this is for the last time. If you have retrograde amnesia or have experienced memory loss since the last time we played Afghanistan, I'll explain the situation. We have 6 million people in our country, not bad. We have subsistence economy, not good. We have Pashtunwali, really bad red numbers again. We have nowhere to expand into, everyone's stronger than us, that's bad. And that's all you have to know. Alright, now I think the interesting thing with Afghanistan is that you can become communist from pretty much like any part of the branch, because for some reason they made it so that a socialist coup is accessible from the industry / economy branch. So you could probably maybe do against Kabul and then do like a bunch of like the fascist or like monarchist shit, get a lot of cores. But we've done this like 10 billion times, so we're gonna do support King Zahir for once. This is gonna give King Zahir more political power gain, more support for unaligned, and 100 political power. And next we're gonna do expand the King's power base, in which we lose more war support, but we get 100 more political power. Right now we probably want to focus on getting a communist advisor because we need more communism support here for socialist coup. Alright, Germany has entered its civil war. I mean, we know literally what every country is going through for their path, so I'm not gonna really talk about anything unless something extraordinary happens. Like, unless God himself comes down from the heavens and starts to rapture, I'm not talking about it. Alright, next we're gonna retire the UNCs, because this gives us even more political power gain, more stability, more daily support for unaligned, and it's also gonna give us an advisor that gives us more communism support. Now we have retired the UNCs, and now we are going to probably just do promote to counter elite, which gives us another daily communism support advisor. It basically makes it so we have a counter elite like attitude going up in the country, because for a country to be in its current state, it's probably like the current elite's fault, and yeah, we have to fix that. We may or may not have to murder them. It's kind of their fault probably that Afghanistan is so miserable to play. Quick shameless shill, I'm planning to do another 90k subscriber tournament arc, which we reached by the way we reached 90k, but I'm still gathering suggestions. Put 90k in your comments and suggest a good idea. I need good ideas. And make sure to subscribe and bye-bye. Alright, now we have 2 socialist advisors, and I guess we will keep going with rally the young Afghans. Next what we're going to do is expand a telegraph network, which gives a lot of our states more local construction speed and more local available resources and more infrastructure construction speed. We have like countries developing like wonder weapons and stuff. We're still trying to figure out the telegraph network in the country. It might be kind of over. We can get another advisor that gives us even more communism support if we get to renew Soviet trade agreement. So we're going to do Baglan Sugar Factory now, which gives us 1 more civilian factory. But now that our population can get diabetes, we're going to renew Soviet trade agreement, which gives us 2 more civilian factories and like a lot of communism stuff, as you can imagine. Alright, we've renewed the Soviet trade agreements, and now we are going to do probably Salang Pass Tunnel, which gives us 1 more civilian factory, and also gives the Soviet Union military access. Yeah, that's not suspicious at all. Yeah, so the government's gonna hire the communist insurrectionist. You know, like, we can trust him with a position in the government. Like, he calls himself the communist insurrectionist, and we hire him. That's kind of crazy. Like, Mohammed Zahir Shah is putting his full faith into the communist insurrectionist to not do a communist insurrection. Alright, now we're at 20% Socialist Party support, so we should be able to do socialist coup soon. Oh, actually, if communist support is greater than 60%, we will avoid triggering a civil war. That might be the move, because civil wars in Afghanistan are actually painful. Next, we're gonna do invest in Spin Zarkon factories, which gives us 2 more civilian factories. Alright, next we're gonna go for processing, 1 more civilian factory again. By the way, Soviet Union's going through their funny little civil war. Everything's looking quite red already, but it's gonna get even redder. We're gonna do he who put his trust in God, because it allows us to do educational reform, which gives us one more research slot, which we desperately need. A call for international revolutionary brigades. We lose 310 manpowers. Okay, well, all right. We have like no people as it is, man. All right, the Soviet Civil War has ended. This new government better accept my demands to get Central Asia. Next, we're gonna do education reform. What in the hell? Was this always Estonia's communist flag? Wait, I've never seen this. Am I tripping? I don't know. Maybe I'm having a stroke, but that's an interesting flag. I don't think I've ever seen that. All right, next, we're gonna do economic modernization. Get 2 more civilian factories again. All right, next, we're gonna do Ministry of Supply, which gives us 1 more supply hub. But the real reason is because I want to do the Afghanistan Bank. And yeah, this is a very, very red world, it seems. Belgium's doing a communist European Union. That's quite scary. I say that as if I don't know like that. I literally picked that for them. By the way, I haven't tested any of this, so I don't know how the world will turn out. That's just a surprise, you know? We're now gonna do the Afghanistan Bank, which modifies our bad national spirit subsistence economy quite well here. Next, we're gonna expand Karakul lambskin factory, and I think that gets rid of subsistence economy at this point. It's gonna get rid of like basically almost all of it. Okay, so I'm seeing a little problem here. My communism is going down at 40%. That's not a good sign. Next, we're gonna do infrastructure investment, which gives us 1 more infrastructure. While the whole world is like progressing and becoming communist, we're just like flailing around trying to avoid a civil war. People are joining the United Socialist Front. That's a lot of people joining the— oh, I might have not thought of this very well. That's a big faction. I mean, there's the 4th International, United Socialist Front, Europe Alliance, European Union, United Socialist Front again. Okay, so this is like the Italian faction. This is like Italy colored. Okay, let's hope for some communist infighting to happen. All right, next we're gonna do electrification initiatives, which actually gives our country electricity. I'm too lazy to elaborate beyond that. Okay, we've banned Democratic parties. We're now at 46.8%. I think we can also probably get away with banning fascism here. All right, now we're at 51% communism, and now it's declining. How do you get to 60% communism? Should I just do the civil war at this point? I feel like I've wasted so much time already. We're just gonna hope that we get like a bunch of volunteers from the entire world, because the entire world is communist. By the way, Germany's invading France. What's new at this point? The European Union's at war with like the Italian and German faction. They never really stood a chance. Never mind, the Germans are in the Italian faction. Shit. All right, the Afghan civil war has started. This is also looking pretty bleak. Let's request Soviet aid now. And yeah, now we're stalled. We're gonna need someone to save us from this. Save us from this hell. All right, Soviet Union's gonna come to our aid. USSR, can you please send me volunteers, please? Okay, I guess we're not getting volunteers for some reason. But we're gonna get international brigades, which gives us 500 weekly manpower for 2 years. Finally, the Soviets are sending me 7 volunteers. That's good, that's good. All right, that should be enough to win the civil war, I hope. We're gonna do Jenegalak truck factory, giving us 1 civilian factory and more communism. And the 7 Soviet volunteers have arrived in Herat, though we are pushing on our own down here a bit. Did the Soviets send like their most bum divisions? Like, why can we not push them? Okay, Soviet divisions, can you like help me push these divisions? I think we can defeat them if you help us push, but you know, that will only happen if you actually, you know, help us push. Okay, it's Italy. Yeah, just send me volunteers, bro. Oh no, oh, they invited me to their faction. Oh, never mind. I mean, I guess that's better? Question mark? Iran, please help me. Okay, our allies are flooding in a bunch of troops. Let's defeat the Kingdom of Afghanistan, please. They're like the greatest evil. Can we push 1 tile, please? Even with all these divisions, we are struggling to push. The 4th, okay, a lot of people just joined a lot of factions. What's going on now? And everything still seems to be extremely green. It's almost too green. Okay, we're sending all these divisions here, but can we like push them? Can we defeat Afghanistan if possible? All right, destroy this encirclement, and then let's try to push for Kabul, I guess. They don't have a general, and they're encircled, and they're somehow holding. How? Literally, how are they doing this? Honestly, this is so embarrassing. I might just reset and do the socialist coup at the beginning so that I can win faster. Because right now we're wasting so much time on the dumbass coup here. I think I've spent like a year on this already. All right, we've taken the capital, Kabul. Can we please finish the civil war? No? What do you have left? Okay, a lot, apparently. Okay. Okay, with Soviet aid, we were finally able to defeat the Kingdom of Afghanistan. Thank the Lord. Although we're about to do state atheism, so yeah, maybe don't thank the Lord. I don't know. Okay, so I'm back a week later. Loki, I've been very busy with uni, so I kind of forgot what happened up until this point. All I know is that there's now 3 countries called the People's Republic of Ma over here. So yeah, I don't think originality is a big part of this world. I think you can also tell by the ideology of the entire world. It's kind of, yeah, it's a bit red. And now we're going to do the Reddit-focused state atheism, and it's going to lose us a bit of stability, but it's going gonna give us way more research speed and less political advisor cost. Instead of saying thank God in our country, we're gonna be saying thank science. For some reason, a German faction is called the German Military Junta Coalition. That is a terrible name. But the factions do seem a bit more varied this time around, so hopefully it stays that way. All right, and Iran is inviting me to their kind of bum faction. What is it? The Gulf Alliance. Yeah, I don't know, man. I don't really relate to that faction because I don't have a Gulf, you know. That's kind of offensive. Probably gonna do support Soviets in Asia and join the 4th International instead with the Soviet Union, if you don't mind. We have now joined the 4th International, and now we're going to do communist industrialization, which gives us minus 25% consumer goods and also 20% more construction speed for 2 years. All right, and now that we've done communist industrialization, we are going to do Defender of Central Asia, in which we're basically gonna ask the Soviet Union for all of Central Asia. Yep, just like that. All right, so now we're the Socialist Republics of Central Asia. I don't know if the Soviet Union's gonna accept, though. Didn't seem to. Okay, now they accept. All right, there we go. That's the formable. I wish I could end the video here, but you guys probably wouldn't be very happy. Also, this says Socialist Republics of Central Asia. I didn't get like the most important part of Central Asia, which is probably, you know, Kazakhstan. Like, I feel extremely scammed right now. Now we have a core population of 6.9 million. Okay, that didn't really change that much. Is it just me or has this not updated yet? Oh, I see. Okay, so we gain cores with Central Asian unification down here. Okay, that's fair enough. So I guess next we will do develop Uzbekistan, in which we get 8 more oil, 8 more tungsten, and 1 more civilian factory. And now the United States is going through its communist civil war as well. Also, man, our stability sucks ass. Oh my god. Well, there's not many things that do not suck ass in our country right now, so that's fair, but like, man. All right, now that we've developed Uzbekistan, I think we're just going to do Central Asian unification at this point. It's gonna give us decisions to core former Soviet states that were ceded to us and also remove disgruntled minority from some of our states. All right, the workers prevail in the Second American Civil War, and the Iranians have declared war on us. Shit. Okay, well, they just broke the Sadabad Pact, but that's not really my concern. My concern is that we're about to get invaded by Iran. Okay, can, like, the Soviet Union, like, kill Iran for me? That would be very nice of them. Yeah, we're not, like, ready for this in the slightest. We might be a bit We're also going to do Ministry of Propaganda, which unlocks Central Asian National Radio decisions to boost stability, war support, and party popularity, which we desperately do need to boost our stability, especially now that the Iranians have declared war on us. Alright, well, we're just going to fall back into our country and just let the Soviets kind of do things for us. Okay, and I can't even call them into war because we're not the faction leader. Hopefully, they're willing to join this war. Like, I hope they're generous enough to grace me with their presence. Okay, the Soviet Union is, like, lend-leasing me stuff. I'd appreciate if they just, like, involve themselves directly, though. The recruitment drive decision gives us 500 manpower. Not like 500 weekly manpower for like a year, no. It gives us 500 manpower. I think we're gonna have to get better radio hosts, guys. And next we're gonna do adopt Nufu so that we can actually have a good army. This once again destabilizes the country. See if I care. Okay, apparently the People's Republic of Aotearoa is willing to join my war. Honestly, please do. Soviet Union, you should like totally follow their example, Soviet Union. That would be really cool. Bro, New Zealand joins, but apparently Soviet Union getting involved is out of the question. Alright, next we're gonna do a standing army because this gives us 2 military factories and also increases our division attack, division defense. Honestly, if Iran just keeps killing themselves on this front, I'm happy. Okay, the Soviet Union's influencing our politics. Can they influence the outcome of this war, please? Next, we're gonna expand the military academy here. Okay, well, the Iranians are encircled here, so wait, hold on. Who else is fighting alongside us right now? Okay, Norway's also fighting alongside us. It's literally just a Soviet Union. They're like a potential ally. It's like, we might help you, we might not. I don't know. Probably not, though. All right, next we're gonna do invite foreign military advisors because I want to do the next focus, which increases our recruitable population factor here. I guess we'll help to clear out that encirclement because that's going to be more war score for us. All right, if you're wondering about the factions, as I'm sure we all are, the Greater Balkan Congress is pretty goddamn massive. We have the Paris Accords here, European Union there, German Military Junta Coalition, and the British Communist Alternative. Oh, and I guess the Northern People's Union, sure, I guess. Okay, finish off these encirclements real quick. There we go. Honestly, they don't have that many divisions. Like, we just have to train up a few more units, and I think we can just take out Iran, especially when they spread themselves so thin like this. Next, we're going to do expanding the standing army, which gives us more recruitable population and more recruitable population factor. All right, I'm going to integrate Bukhara because there is tungsten here and we are producing artillery. Okay, Soviet Union, you have time to declare war on Romania, but you don't have time to help your fellow ally. Are you serious? Also, now Soviet Union's at war with the Balkan Congress, I believe. Yeah, this is going to be pretty hard for them. Next, we're going to do visit foreign capitals. It's going to give us 100 political power, improve the opinion of us from a lot of countries, and make democracy in our country a bit more popular, even though we're communist. And also, everyone's communist, so I don't know why us visiting other countries would increase democracy. All right, and we kind of encircled this pocket up here. Oh, the goal, by the way. The goal of them calling us arms against the Balkan Congress is insane. And we encircle these divisions up here as well. And the Socialist Republic of Germany joined the 4th International. Oh, okay, sure. I guess they just betrayed their own faction. That's good, I think. I wouldn't be surprised if that just keeps happening. And next, we're going to introduce national service, which gives us 10% more recruitable population factor. We have to stack those buffs, like, a lot. And we're gonna finish off that encirclement there as well. I honestly don't know why Iran doesn't just raise more divisions. I know that's kind of like me asking like a homeless person, why don't they just buy a house? But like, why aren't they raising more divisions? They should have sufficient people. They're getting pushed into by the Norwegian People's Republic. That's just not a good sign ever. Oh, and the Communist States of America declared war on the Socialist Republic of Germany. How many people are we at war with right now, actually? So we're at war with the Balkan Congress and the Communist States of America and all of South America, apparently. So it's not ideal, but we also have Germany in our faction now, so it's kind of GG's. Like, I kind of do hope that they leave because we're a bit OP now. And yeah, we're just gonna finish off Iran here. We should probably get a big piece of the pie here. We keep encircling them. Okay, now I think they're raising a bit more divisions, but it's a bit too late when the path to Tehran is kind of clear here. Yeah, no, genuinely, Iran's at war with literally everyone in our faction but the Soviet Union. They are actual bums. Alright, so we take in Tehran. The capital has fallen. We're just gonna keep on going with this momentum that we have. Also, concerningly, I don't know where do I get another research slot? I'm kind of f***ed here. The Soviet Research Cooperation just doesn't even give us a research slot. The only research slot thing I'm seeing is expand Kabul University, and that's like super far away. Am I just like doomed to be dumb for the rest of eternity? But yeah, no, before defeating Iran, I think we are going to do expand our influence, which makes justified local time and annex costs lower in peace deals, which is really good, and also gives us 12.5% more political power gain. Also, we're gonna defeat these Iranian puppets that they have in Azerbaijan and Kurdistan here. And for the first time in did Afghanistan ever have sea access? We have sea access. We may have stolen it from the Iranians, but now that's our sea. You know, now I'm actually willing to join the Gulf Pact, but you know, I feel at home in the 4th International, even though my f***ing chud leader never participates. Alright, Socialist Republic of Kurdistan has capitulated. We're gonna finish off Azerbaijan as well. And there we go, Azerbaijan also falls. Alright, there we go. The Iranian Communist Authority has capitulated. We have 61% of the war score. Okay, I don't know what I was expecting, but does Iran not have a fleet? That's unfortunate. Like, they don't even have, like, a canoe that I can borrow? Like, no? Alright, it's fine. Alright, so I puppeted them and war-repped them up. And somehow Germany puppeted them here without me noticing, so f my chud life, I guess. I think next our plan is, I don't really care about the Balkan War or whatever. I think I'm gonna invade Pakistan. I think I can get some interesting things there. I guess while prepping for that, we can just send our troops over to Balkans. And next, we're gonna develop Tajikistan, which gives us 8 more aluminum and 2 more civilian factories. Oh, holy shit. Soviet Republic. Okay, a lot of people just joined this new faction. The International Bureau of Revolutionary Socialist Unity. That's just a lot of slop countries, though, isn't it? It's like led by Spain. That should already tell you it's not really that good of a faction. By the way, United States are in a faction called the Internacional Sudamericana. Even though they're not in the Sud, they are in the Americana, though, so I'll forgive it. I'll let it pass. Alright, Treaty of Bucharest, and I think that's it for the Balkan Congress. It's very, very red. And as you can imagine, leadership doesn't really change in any of these countries because they're all just communist, but I guess more like Soviet-aligned communist. And like half of our army are really shitty militia divisions from the Civil War, so we're gonna have to convert these guys. And next, we're gonna clear malarial swamps, giving us 5 more stability and more building slots in Herat. Okay, so the game froze. That's never really a good sign. I don't know what's about to transpire. Oh, it was for the United States to declare war on Cuba. Yeah, that's a pretty big event. Yeah, and all the Balkans being annexed, that was like computed in like 2 seconds. But like America declaring war on Cuba? Holy shit. World-changing event. Now that we've cleared malarial swamps, we're gonna construct a Karga dam, which gives us 1 dam. Amazing. I don't know if we're ready to fight Pakistan. We're gonna justify on them, though. Next, we're gonna establish the Helmand Valley Authority. Failure to negotiate a treaty with the Iranian Communist... Oh, they better accept... They're my puppet. But yeah, if they accept that, does give us minus 15% consumer goods and plus 10% stability, which is really cracked. Alright, this might not be the best idea. Oh. Sorry, never mind. I can't declare war on Pakistan because we're not considered a major country. How am I gonna have any fun? Okay, well, I guess we're just gonna have to be like Soviet Union's little lapdog. I mean, they're at war with the Communist States of America, but I don't know how we're gonna land here. Can I like change that rule in the faction? This is kind of a bad rule. You will have your next initiative point in 1735 days. That's a bit long, I think. And next, we're gonna expand copper and tin mine. Get 16 more steel. Iranian government demands river negotiations. Okay, I mean, we can just do the water's ours and we may do as we please with it because they're our puppet. They're a little chuddy here. This course of action may lead to war with the Iranian they're my puppet. They're not gonna do shit. Iranian government goes silent on helmet alterations. That's what I fucking thought. That's my river. Nisar Muhammad Yousafzai criticized for weak foreign policy. It's not really my fault though, is it? It's kind of more like the Soviet Union's fault, but you didn't hear it from me. All right, Soviet Union's calling me at war, but like, I mean, I guess I can join. It's not like I'm gonna be able to like do anything. They do have a base in Cuba, so maybe I can like paradrop into Mexico and then we can just let our allies help us. Maybe we could do that. And next we're gonna develop Turkmenistan, which gives us 2 more civilian factories and more oil. And next we're gonna do a modern economy, which removes subsistence economy and it gives us emerging economy, which gives us really, really good buffs here, and also 2 more military factories. All right, I think it's finally time to get a 3rd research slot, so we're gonna actually start improving our country. And now that we've done infrastructure investment, we're going to do electrification initiatives. And next we're gonna do Afghanistan Ring Road, which gets rid of economic regionalism in a lot of our states, which, you know, gave them really bad debuffs. And also we're gonna get 2 infrastructure in like pretty much all of our core states, I think. All right, and with the coring of the Penis province, we will finally get all of our max cores for the Socialist Republics of Central Asia. Oh, Socialist Republic of Germany joined the Paris Accords. Okay, so our 2nd strongest member just betrayed us. That's good to know. Not that we need Germany necessarily, but it's kind of funny how like countries just betray each other every 2 seconds. And next we're gonna establish Afghan Railway Company. It's just like a bunch of train things. If you're a train nerd, read the goddamn focus. I don't care. And next we're gonna modernize Radio Kabul, which gives us more stability, more research speed, and more ideology drift defense. And next we're gonna expand Kabul University, finally get another research slot. And then finally we have a 3rd research slot. Now we're gonna do establish military industries, get 2 more military factories here. I'm starting to build up some transport planes so that one day we can even have a dream of landing in North America. And then we should probably just let the Soviets do all the heavy lifting, which to be fair is a big ask for them. And next we're gonna do mountain training here because we probably want some pretty elite mountaineer divisions here. Next we're gonna do dominate the mountains, which gives us more special forces capacity multiplier and gives us 3 more units to work with. This is the most cursed Chinese Soviet Republic I've ever seen. Why is this so long? Next we're gonna do joint military exercises, which gives everyone army experience buffs pretty much. No, my planes barely don't reach a port in Honduras here. Shit. Alright, I guess I'll have to wait for improved transport planes. Actually, both Republican Sverige have actually landed here. They're in the British Communist Alternative, but we can maybe ask for military access from them. Let's see how thick this front is here. I'm very curious as to see how bad it is. Oh yeah, no, that's like 30 divisions on one tile. Huh, yeah, this is gonna be very hard. Alright, now we're gonna do combined arms, which gives us more recruitable population factor, and most importantly, 15% more defense against major countries. So the US is gonna have a bit harder of a time killing our divisions. We could maybe try to land in Florida, but that's kind of a suicide mission. It might be funny though. Alright, and actually now I'm seeing a problem. We do not have 70% air superiority in the Caribbean Sea, which is kind of a bummer. Maybe we can just build some anti-air here. Oh, never mind. You cannot build anti-air in your allies anymore, I guess. Treaty of Warsaw. Oh, did the Northern People's Union or whatever die? Oh, it sure seems like it. And next we're going to purchase foreign tanks, which gives us foreign tanks. It gives us foreign tanks. Oh shit, Pakistan joined the International Sudamericana. Well, our troops are not there, unfortunately. Also, I don't know why they would join that. I guess India started invading them or something. And India's in the Paris Accords and everything. Oh, and now Japanese People's Republic joined the 4th International. So now we're probably about to be at war with China. Okay, I guess we'll focus on fighting China now then. Okay, at least our allies are doing the Pakistan thing for us. Okay, I'm gonna do some Discord e-begging for some convoys as well, because we still do not have a coastline. Next, we're gonna expand equipment purchases, which gives us subsidies for the international market again. And we'll push into Pakistan. I mean, Pakistan's gonna die. They just literally have Karachi left and nothing else. Now we're gonna do Prussians of the Orient, which gives us more division organization, more division defense, and more division attack, all plus 10%, which is really good. Oh, they're trying to force attack. Are you stupid? That's not gonna work. Nothing's gonna work, man. I don't think it works to force attack when you're fighting like 10 billion other divisions right now. Maybe desperate defense was the one you're looking for. I don't know. We're gonna be the one to take Karachi because we're fucking cool, I guess. All right, and we have defeated. Come on. Oh, that's a lot of divisions. Okay, they took Karachi, but it's fine. Actually, surprisingly, Soviet Union has not been called into war with China yet. But I think it would be in our interests to help Japan just defeat China at this point. Also, I really want something to do. All right, now we're going to do 4G national identity, which for 2 years gives us pretty bad debuffs, but after 2 years we'll get plus 10% political power gain, plus 1% recruitable population, plus 15% stability, and also plus 10% division defense on core territory. And next we're gonna do officer training, which gives us more army experience gain, less training time, more max planning factor, and more planning speed. Well, let's join the Japan-Manchu War here, and let's help them finish off the Chinese. I mean, it's more fitting that we help out in China since we are the Socialist Republics of Central Asia. I think we're just gonna work as this like super concentrated task force and do a bunch of like encirclements, get a bunch of war score. Alright, smaller encirclement here. Let's finish them off. Next we're gonna do economic cooperation, which gives us more infrastructure, construction speed, and more stability. Okay, well, I'm sure you can kind of see what I'm trying to do, but man, these lines are getting thicker and thicker, and the supply's getting worse and worse. And next we're gonna do Central Asian desert training, which gives us more hot acclimatization gain factor and less heat attrition. Now, unfortunately, it's like the coldest place in the world in Manchuria, so that's a bit unfortunate. Every time I build airports and the airport is barely into enemy territory, a baby dies in the world. Okay, I kind of gave up on trying to finish off that encirclement, so we're just gonna push south into China. They have forced my hand. And huge encirclement here. Let's finish them off. And a huge encirclement here because Shandong Clique just capitulated. And yet another encirclement here. We are completely beating their ass here. And we're gonna take Beiping as well. Alright, and finally we have closed this encirclement. You know what? Pushing into China. I'm gonna finish off this encirclement because I'm the one who worked for it. Alright, we're gonna do big encirclements in the encirclements and then finish off those encirclements. I think that's the most efficient way to go about this. Alright, another encirclement here. Alright, Manchurian People's Republic has capitulated. Wait, what? Oh, were they the faction leader of all China? Oh, okay. I'm probably not gonna get that much stuff then. This is a bit of a shame. I didn't even get to get my Reddit encirclement. Okay, didn't end up getting much. Only had a bit of the war score. Now there's a big Japanese China, Republic of China, which is I thought it was a Japanese puppet. I am wrong. Apparently, also generating an image for Eugene is like a monumental task. He has no portrait. But I did puppet the Socialist Republic of Canton and the Chinese Soviet Republic here and stole their resources. Okay, now I kind of wonder if I am considered a major power. Because I do kind of want to low-key invade Germany and France. Like, low-key, you know? Are you serious? Kurdistan. Kurdistan is considered a major power, but not us. Are you serious? Okay, now there's no Air Force station in the Caribbean Sea. I trust that that means they're not going to station the Air Force once we send our troops back there. Okay, so when I send my troops here, that's when you put your planes back up, United States. Okay, I guess I'm gonna have to build my own Air Force then. Wait. Pacific Union of Soviet Socialist Republics landed here. Oh, wait, that's perfect. That's perfect. They might fucking fumble it if we don't send troops there, so let's send troops here. Oh, this place is hell. Come on. We lost a port. We cannot be losing ports already, man. Okay, well, we just kind of lost that port. All right, well, it happens. I'm gonna annex Iran. I have military police, so we should get pretty high compliance in them. No. We are... Oh, are we actually losing another tile? Well, god damn it. Yeah, we're gonna lose that tile. I don't think there's anything preventing that. Yeah, so now we're kind of in deep shit here. I think I'm just gonna retreat. I think I sent one too many troops there. Kind of wasted that opportunity. We're gonna cut our losses here. It looks like they're actually struggling to finish these last 4 divisions here. Okay, you know what? Maybe I'll leave some remnants. Okay, so they start losing when I send my troops. Okay. Whatever. Give up. Go back to base. Okay, now they have no planes in the Caribbean Sea anymore. Now, United States, please don't place planes by the time my troops get here, okay? The Union of Soviet Socialist Republics of Europe and Asia demands war measures, with war seeming increasingly likely. Okay, we're already at war. The Soviet government has begun to put pressure on us to improve our combat capabilities. Oh, holy shit. They can give us 15% more recruitable population factor for 1,000 days? Holy shit. Yes, please. What? Actually, Japan is at war with the French-German faction. Of course, the Soviet Union isn't joining because they never join other people's wars. That's interesting. I might levy that because it's seeming very unlikely that we can defeat the United States at the moment. Oh, Germany declared war on Soviet Yugoslavia, which means they have now declared war on the Soviet Union. So I guess they've just decided upon death. No. Oh my fucking god. The United States put 100... Why do they keep doing this to me? Okay, I guess we'll send our troops to India and kill them because they're in the French-German faction. And yeah, the Soviet Union is seemingly struggling against the French-German faction, so we're gonna try to get a good piece of the pie here. Alright, Soviet Union, call me in, coach. I'm gonna try to push into India. All my repressed rage from not being able to invade the United States will go into invading India. And we've taken into Prussia here. Let's keep going. Wait, I just realized I lost one of my Chinese puppets. What happened? They got integrated into Republic of China. I feel like that should go through me, no? Shouldn't they, like, ask me about that first? Shouldn't I have gotten an event? Like, would China like it if they had a colony in Afghanistan and I just took it without me asking them? I don't think so. Okay, India is starting to wake up a bit. They're starting to realize that defending their country might be something that they should do. But we're not going to let them take advantage of their realization. All right, big encirclement of Indian forces here. Alright, big encirclement there. Destroy this pocket as well. Oh my World War One. What is going? Okay, yeah, you know, I'm ignoring Europe for now. We will disregard that until it is relevant to us. All right, Indian People's Republic has finally capitulated. Finish off these pockets here. All right, Nepal has capitulated because our entire army is like mountaineers. They may know their mountains better than ours, but we have like a bunch of mountain fetishists in our army. Like, we win this. Alright, I probably want to push down to Malaya so that I can actually get some of the rubber there. I'm just gonna keep encircling them over and over and over again. How many divisions do they even have on the opposing side? We definitely have the bigger faction, no doubt about it, but like, okay, yeah, US plus like the French-German faction, the numbers are a bit more equal, but just the Paris Accords have like 2,150. So they have like slightly less than us, pretty much. Alright, we're taking Goon City. Alright, big encirclement over here. Alright, Socialist Republic of Burma has capitulated. I don't know whose bright idea it was to make everyone communist. Their game is running so slow. Alright, we're gonna Bangkok here, take the Thai capital, and we're just gonna keep going down. The good thing about taking Bangkok is that it's like literally the only place that any supply in this region originates from. So all these divisions are Alright, Thai People's Republic has also capitulated. That's just gonna exacerbate their already terrible supply situation. Again, Azerbaijan, they just stole my puppet. Why can people just steal my puppet? This is just discrimination, man. This is just not very kind at all. I just don't really feel welcome in this world. Alright, finish off this pocket up here. Okay, surely after having like 100 divisions, killing all those people, and having such a big industry, we're considered a major now, right? Yes, okay, finally. Alright, now the world is taking serious the threat of socialist republics of Central Asia. That all they've been doing is taking pot shots at other weaker countries. The world will know to fear us. Alright, take Malaya for ourselves, please. Alright, finish off those divisions, and now we have pretty much unlimited rubber and tungsten and stuff. Okay, now that we're done with Asia in general, let's see. I mean, we could invade Indonesia. I don't really feel like it, though. I think we're just gonna try to finish off the war. Alright, we're just gonna take Berlin. The Prussians of the Orient should probably own the place that Prussia is known for. Alright, Berlin has fallen. It says the Russians stormed it, but we all know the truth. The fake media will always tell you it's the Russians, but no, it's the Afghans. Take northwestern Germany over here. Yet another massive encirclement here. Actually, I am curious, how many French and German have we killed? We have killed 1 million French, and they have killed 100,000 of us. The Germans don't even appear in the leaderboard of our kills, but we have killed 799,000 of them. Soviet Union, by the way, is at war with the British Communist Alternative as well, so that's why the Netherlands are pushing into us here. We're probably not going to declare war on them just yet, because it'd be a bit annoying. Okay, the Soviets are struggling with naval invasions here. I don't know why they don't just like take off like, I don't know, 30 of the 1 billion divisions they have on this front to maybe deal with this naval invasion. But man, yeah, we are out of supply. We cannot push very easily anymore. Okay, we're gonna try to save these encircled ass divisions here. I don't know how they even got into that predicament or how they've survived thus far, but we're gonna save them. Encirclement here, painstakingly so, but that is an encirclement. Holy shit, this game is running slower than the carcass of Napoleon overdosing on fentanyl. My god. Okay, I'm going into an uncovered part of the front again. I'm just gonna keep alternating like this until I defeat Germany. I don't even care. They can't cover all of it. The Socialist Republics of Central Asia declared one Kingdom of Manipur. Okay, so that's a lie. They just rose up. Can my allies defeat them for me? How many divisions do they have? They can't have that many divisions. Japan, I can see you're there. Just kill them for me, please. Let's take Munich and please finish Germany. Take Munich, take Munich, take... Yes, we've taken Munich. Germany has to be dying. Come on now, please. What else could they possibly have? I guess Saarbrücken? I guess they're industrial ass west here. Kingdom of Manipur has capitulated. What a surprise. What? Honestly, I don't even care if someone like takes it. Okay, we signed a white peace. All right. I guess Manipur did achieve their objective of independence. Sure, whatever. Could not care less right now. Finish off this encirclement as well. Never mind. They have military access in Italy. Why am I not surprised? Kill Germany, man. Just murder them. And so that we don't get stuck behind a Maginot, let's just immediately push into France. Okay, France is barely protected. I'm pretty sure most of their army's stuck in this massive ass pocket here. Like, unspeakable horrors happen in this pocket, probably. And Paris should be falling to the Socialist Republics of East 8. not East Asia, Central Asia. Getting confused here. I just need this war to end. And we're also pushing into European Union here, which is Belgium, of course. The European president has fallen. Calais has fallen. While France might actually low-key die before Germany. This is just tragic. Bordeaux has fallen. Now we just have to take Brest. All right, French communists capitulate. There we go. All right, now before I have a panic attack, let's finish Germany off, please. I do not want to have an episode on Easter, which is when I'm recording this. I would prefer not to show up to dinner. Insane. All right, encirclement here. All right, getting all those French divisions out of the way, I think has improved the game's performance by like 1%, which is really good. It's actually running a bit faster now. I'm hoping to see the game lag a bit soon because it'll mean that Germany dies. Another encirclement here. Someone please make it end. Yet another encirclement up here. How Germany, what do you have left? Genuinely, what could you possibly have left? Because Austria is its own thing. Austria, it's not like they cored Austria. Like, what could they possibly have? They're at 0% victory points. And Soviet Yugoslavia naval invaded Italy. Whatever, man. I'm just not gonna heed that any attention. Oh, finally. Holy shit, this faction capitulated. My god, we have 32% of the war score. Second most in the entire faction. Alright, peace deal has been overed with. We have taken all of Southeast Asia, essentially. I tried to puppet Indonesia, but the Soviets got to it first. I puppeted southern France here for the resources. Puppeted Hungary and Austria a bit here for the resources as well. Oh, another thing I did was steal a fleet from everyone. So now we should be able to naval invade the US and we won't have to rely on a flimsy-ass paradrop. Did we lose Cuba? Oh no, we lost Cuba, didn't we? Yeah, we totally did just lose Cuba. Is there any place the US is at war with that we can take advantage of? I guess the Bahamas, I guess. I guess we'll naval invade from the fucking Bahamas. The Soviets are at war with like a bunch of other people in Europe. I can't be bothered. Do we know how to... Yep. I don't know why I always... It's Afghanistan. Of course we don't know how to fucking naval invade. There could be like a playable Saharan tribe and I would still wonder if they can naval invade despite the fact that they've probably never seen the sea before. Alright, we're gonna try to naval invade into Guatemala. Land, please land, please land. Okay, I think it's mostly a very successful landing. Yes, okay, fantastic. Let's finally defeat the communist states of America. Okay, last time we were in the Americas, it didn't go so well, but it should be good now because now we are directly involved and we have an actual, like, army. Union Guatemala has capitulated. Honduran Commonwealth has also capitulated. We're also slowly but surely pushing our way up into Mexico. How stacked is the US? Let me ask you. Probably around, like, what, 600 divisions? That's gonna be really annoying. And natural encirclement here. I'm not touching the front. After all that micro I did in Germany and France, I'd rather end it all than do more micro. Okay, we're pushing well into the US. Let's keep this momentum going so I can finish Afghanistan on this list once and for all. How fitting that the last boss for the last Afghanistan video is the United States. Okay, the south is super empty, so let's just push into that. Okay, the United States only really has, like, its northeastern seaboard, Chicago, and Detroit. They're, like, almost cooked. Alright, we're on the doorstep of Washington, D.C., also known as Washington, the capital. And there we go. We have can we take Washington, D.C., please? Like, can we please take that? I know it's tough. I know it's the capital, but can we, like, kind of take it, please? Oh, calculating peace conference effects. I don't know what war this could be. Definitely not the U.S. war, because I feel like Brazil and Argentina are majors just because. Oh, it's the Spanish commune. Okay, so it's the International Bureau of whatever the f***s. So now, actually, the Soviets, I'm pretty sure, yeah, they've puppeted Canada, so now there's gonna be an attack from the north as well. Yep, the US is cooked. And there we go, the Communist States of America have indeed capitulated. And let's see if I was right on my Brazil and Argentina theory. Yes, I was. South American Socialist Republics and Union of Latin American Socialist Republics. I'm too lazy to organize any naval invasions. I'm just gonna send my entire army here. We're just gonna do a big push all the way to the bottom of South America. How does that sound? And if you say it sounds like a bad idea, you're kind of right, yeah. Okay, we pushed into Colombia, so that's good, that's good. The Indo-Guyanese Union, we're pushing out from here as well. And encirclement around Bogota over here. I'm pushing into the Amazon, and we're pushing into the Amazon here as well. It's all the Amazon. If we could kill Peru as well, that would be really, really nice, because pushing through them is probably easier than pushing through the Amazon. Peru is probably so scared by it. They're like the only fascist country in, like, let's see how many people are communists real quick. Yeah, no, the whole world is like bright red, except for the reorganized government of China, which is weird because it is a Japanese puppet. Speaking of, right now they're banning immoral entertainment. You know, the Warsaw Pact's fighting like a huge war against like South America, United States, the UK, and Africa, but no, they have to be banning immoral entertainment. No more gooning allowed. Yeah, no, we're getting funneled into the Amazon. We are not doing this shit. I am going to invade Peru. Alright, Peru, die for the sake of me not losing my mind in the Amazon, please. Encirclement of Peruvian divisions there, completely obliterated. Alright, so Peru is capitulated. Oh, we're pushing well into Central South America here. That's good, that's good. and our pain and torment will soon be over. And big encirclement here in the middle of the Amazon. The LARP Saw Pact is about to win the war. Chilean Socialist Republic has capitulated. There we go. Encirclement there, encirclement down there as well. They have a surprising amount of divisions left. I thought I eviscerated them all in the United States. Uruguay has also capitulated. Paraguay also follows their example. And now we are going to push into Brazil proper. Going to try to take the capital Brasilia as well. And we're going to drive our tanks into Sao Paulo as well. Oh, yes. Finally, the war is over. My God. Okay, there we go. The peace deal is finally over. I have taken pretty much like most of the Americas. All the yellow parts here are Japan. And actually, it does seem like we are at war with the British Communist Alternative, so we might as well just kill them, right? I'm sinking some Royal Navy ships here while figuring out the naval invasion situation. A country that didn't have a coastline 2 decades ago is now contending with the British fleet because they stole all of their ships. All right, let's try to land in the UK. Hopefully it works. It probably is gonna work. There's nothing the UK can do, I don't think. Okay, mostly undefended, I think. Yep, yeah, the game is so slow, but yeah, I think we just win the war right here, right now. London has fallen. Yeah, it looks like the British Communist Alternative doesn't really stand a chance against the Chud Saw Pact. I think we win this. Alright, Union Britain capitulated. We didn't really fight them much, so we only have 18%. In fact, I'm surprised we have 18%. Alright, the Treaty of London, and we have pretty much annexed all of the UK. Tried to take Palestine, couldn't take Palestine. We took lands like the UAE, Kuwait here. Slightly reduced the border gore in South America. Very slightly. And we're still at war. Who are we at war with? We have to kill the Philippines. Do we have to? Do we really have to, man? Alright, Manila has fallen. Can we end this? Can we end this? Thank you. Alright, 3% of the war score. I don't care then. All right, the game is over. We are second in the world somehow. And yeah, I think the game is over. There's literally nothing else to do. Everyone's in the Fraud Saw Pact. We just kind of played as Trotsky's lapdog for like the past 2 decades. I think we have the second biggest industry in the world. The Soviet Union has 2,400 factories. Can't really catch up to that one. Everything that is red is their puppet. And so yeah, I think the moral of the story is never make the entire world communist. You are in for a world of pain and suffering, and probably the laggiest game you've played in your life. We end out with a core population of 19.63 million, and this formable honestly was a bit disappointing. You couldn't really get Kazakhstan, which I'm pretty sure is part of Central Asia. I don't know why they didn't include that. So yeah, if you enjoyed this one, make sure to like, subscribe, hype the video, and I will see you in the next one. Good night. Thank you for watching this video. So unfortunately, for the next few weeks, the members list is going to be stuck like this because I'm going to be on vacation. But thank you to members: Flameman995, Lars, Miralis, Hero, Michael Rafter, Nate, Alex Denk, Joyce Arc, username Mac, Meralts, KK90, Azir Cube, Lars, Roman Ramsey, Ellie, Janky Jim, Dekrizer on Us, Halibrakaya, Blue Cat, Yaku Petrizlek, Lisbeth, Roga, Matthew Jones, Brock Watson, Hover, Degaway, Jazzy, or Anfrac, Lucas, No, Just No, Freeman, Japanese name, Cartonsu, Firefox, Dr. Dark, Christopher Hollingsworth, Carl Nuskavy, Adventure, Trey Langio, Cleverbin, JDNB, Anarchist, Deal, Dermatash, Mike the Red, Delta, Cruiser 25, Alden Roy Lumbar, Microcosm, Q42, Nick, Anna, Nikolai Volkov, Polarius 36, Alcott, Kadir, Air.exe, Robert Nigu, Den, Kita Q, I Step on Neil, Danziger, Anders F, Augusto 40, Demand 69, Dharma, Zombie Eater, Alberto, Balzvar 4, Lost My Squash, Divine, Sebastian Villamarin, Kendall Gaming, MH Gamer, Lil Shazzy, Ben TX, Polsky Wilshek, Kevencho, Metro Robbie, Zacharonian Cheese, Milo Kaiser, Heath, Kron X, Marco Vizintin, Soka Jago, Mihai, Accent Like Hollow Being, Darvaver, Efivu, User 1 underscore User 1, Dangerous Woman, Anger Washer, Bread, Femboy, ADHD Platypus, Clever Bidden, Olga Gaming, and Dork Kuzu. Of course, that's not mentioning patrons: Verified Lars, Pengaroom, William O'Connor, Lennon was a Powered Bottom, Chansby, I Step on Eel, and Zombie Eater. Again, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and bye bye.